Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed this morning. And I will continue to bring awareness to the coonery with the last name Jackson. The unique thing is, you ain't got to call me racist, because my roots are in the South, and we are of the same ethnicity. Now, Drew, what are you talking about? And salute to my brother Ratchet since 91. He just sent me something, because y'all know I'm not on Twitter, but he just sent me something this morning. I tried to screen record it, but interesting, you can't screen record with sound when you get stuff off of Twitter for some reason. Maybe it's because I don't have an account or something, but I'll play the audio. This fool just accused some fella named MMA Guru or something. I'll play it for you in a minute. He accused him of covering this debacle that he got his son in the middle of, because this is Quentin Rampage Jackson's fault at the end of the day. He accused this guy, I'm assuming it's a white guy, accused him of being racist. Now, I didn't hear what the dude said. He may be racist. I don't know. But wow, Quentin. Wow. Wow, man. Really, nigga? Really, nigga? Really, nigga? Now, I don't know what dude said. Dude might have been N-bombing all over the place. But, oh, man. Ryan Garcia fan, never bet against him fan. When someone tries to explain what this lawsuit was really about, Mr. I don't give a fuck fan. Remember that? Wow, man. Isn't this typical with niggas like this? What did I say yesterday? I said, man, let's leave race out of this. This was an assault. Now, I don't know what this dude said. He might have N-bombed all over his podcast, whoever this guy is. I don't know what he said. What I'm saying is, I don't want to hear from this monkey right here. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Shut up. Let's do this roll call real quick, because we got to get into this. Anwar Willis, Greg McCall. Rick, what up, man? Del Riv, Todd French. My brother, Ratchet since 91. I'm dropping the link early, y'all. Mr. Cell Block, Jalen Hudson, Syriac, Derek Gaines, the legend, Rod Neal, my brother. The Queen, Cameron Fields, in that, well, damn, it's been a year already? Holy cow. The Queen says, wow, 13 months went fast. I will continue to support as I appreciate you and your content. Thank you so much. And y'all guys do me a favor, go subscribe to her calm, soothing, logical channel. I spun 2 of her streams while I was on I-95 headed south. And I can't tell you how relaxed I was. Logic. I don't know how many Trekkies are in the chat, but one thing I did know, I learned about the Vulcans. You know, Mr. Spock, he always uses the term logical, illogical, so calm. His race was calm. Well, the story behind them, if I remember correctly, y'all can always correct me. The Vulcans were very, I understand that the Vulcans were worse than the Klingons. They were war hungry and killing each other. And they say, wait a minute, we're about to wipe each other out. Wait a minute. We have to solve our problems with something called logic. You know, logic? Logic? You know, it's amazing. Fiction can reflect real life. I said, shit, if only black people thought like that, we'd probably be more than 13% of the population in the United States. And then you tell an ignorant nigga that, like, how could that be? Bone Quisha down the road, she got 13 kids and 7 baby daddies. Right. Bone Quisha never left the hood, though. There's a world outside of your neighborhood, you dummy. Shorties be like, I want a real man. I want a real man. I want a real man. What's a real man to you? He got to be over 6 feet tall. He has a 6-pack of abs and above 6 inches in the pants. Meanwhile, you're 4'11" and fat as hell. And your womb looks like a goddamn soccer field. Expectations of a man is so high, and you're trash. Oh, I can go on and on and on, but I ain't gonna turn this into pep talk. Now watch this, watch this, watch this. Does anybody, male or female in this chat, you want your baby girl to bring home a grown adolescent like Raja Jackson? Let's say he's a handsome boy, but he got daddy issues, and then you meet this dumb nigga Quentin. It's like, whoa, what? Honey, that's a no for me. He might be a nice boy now, but if he didn't get help, because I'm looking at this dude right now, and I'm watching how they interact, you're one bad telling him what to do or how to do it from him going upside your head, then I might have to get involved. You see how that works? Ladies want real men. Ask a modern woman how many abortions have they had. I'm talking about black women. How many abortions have they, how many black people did they fucking kill since the 70s? Man, they kill more black folk than police, man. Please stop it. But I'm sorry to go off on a little tangent, but this is kind of relevant. Salute to the Queen, Cameron Fields, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Shogun, salute. Shaquilla Fields in the building. Salute to you, Queen. Vince, what up? Star City J, Dow Big G, Camara, Mr. J Dub, my brother Mind of Mansa Musa. Salute. Egalitarian. My brother Theo Coop, the Do Better podcast is in the building, yo. Y'all go subscribe to my brother Theo Coop in the building. You will be thoroughly entertained. That's my dog right there. He's a big dog, man. He's a big dog. Let's help him get that second silver YouTube plaque. I want him to crack 100K again. Let's get it. We assisted in getting one. Let's assist him in getting 2. Let's do it. My man, what's good? Yes, sir. Seen and unseen boxing, Dirt Gang boys. Yes, sir. Ultimate Fight Club. Black Jericho. Oh, it jumped on me. Andre Jones, Mark Wonderlick, Utah in the building. Young Reek, Syriac, HMC, Tiago, Mr. Cell Block. Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. Jeff Spark, always supporting. Salute, good brother. Young Abel, salute. All right. First and foremost, damn, you know what? I'm gonna play the audio through my phone. This is funny to me. This is him talking about some dude named MMA Guru. Just listen to what this nigga says.
On the internet, I understand that. You know, it is what it is. The shit don't affect me, don't bother me, but people like MMA Guru, you know what I'm saying, that guy is supposed to be some kind of journalist, and his racism came out. His racism showing. You know what I'm saying? It's 2025, like, you know what I'm saying? People do shit. People do shit in this world. Some people fuck up. Some people do shit. It shouldn't get turned to race. Nobody wants to hear a bunch of racist shit about their son, no matter what race they are.
Let me stop right there. Nobody want to hear a bunch of racist stuff, especially when it's about your son. I told this nigga. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me see if I can find the conversation. Rampage. Jackson. Is this him? Wait a minute. That nigga might have blocked me. Hold on. He may have blocked me. I'm trying to find the conversation. He may have blocked me. I'm dead serious because I can't find it. Because I think on you could. Hold on, let me look for it again. I think you can remove conversations. Will it be on only your end? Because realistically, I started to screenshot it, but it wasn't important to me. So I just left it there. Let me see something. All right, his shit came up. Yo, I think our conversation is gone. Hold on a minute. This ain't him. Hey, bro, I think that nigga blocked me. Dead serious. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Hold on. Yep. Because he's not coming up. Rampage fan. Hold on. Nah. This knuckle dragger blocked me, son. I can't find the conversation. This dude. Hold on, let me try and scroll down. I'm gonna try and scroll down. It's not here, y'all. It's not here. It's not here. Wow. You coward. You coward, bro. You coward. You absolute coward. Oh my Lord. It's not here, bro. It's not here. Okay. So let's roll with that. I can't find it. When you go to your Instagram and you're looking for a conversation, you should be able to yeah, you're right, Mr. Mont. But I didn't care enough, you know what I'm saying? I didn't care enough. And I just wanted to let it go. You know, that's me being on code. I'm like, well, you know, he'll come around. But, you know, he said what he said. I said what I said. Now is the end of it. I didn't block him, though. Look at this. I'm all the way back. I had a brief, there goes Shockey Foster. Yep. This. Yo, bro. Okay. That's what we doing? That's what we doing? All right. Well, look at this. Okay. Okay. Well, let's do that then. All right, Rampage, you grown adolescent, you fucking baby. All right. Well, I don't know who this MMA guru is. I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is. But apparently, Shelton, I was looking for the conversation I had with Quentin Jackson, where I was just bringing it to his attention. I said, you know, look, bro, I didn't come at him crazy. I just said, look, bro, you're co-signing Ryan Garcia. He's a racist. You know, because the first thing I asked him is, are you okay, with a question mark? That's the first thing I said to him. Are you okay? I just saw what you said. You know, I know how fighters get. You know, he had a conference when he was about to fight Rashad Evans in a boxing match. I don't know whatever happened to that. I don't know if they had it or not. If I missed you in the chat, know that I love you. I had another screen up. I'm sorry. And I just said, hey, bro, you know, you co-signed Ryan Garcia. I mean, you can feel how you feel about Devin, but you don't know enough about that situation. But never mind that. You said you love Ryan Garcia, never bet against him. And, you know, I brought about the George Floyd thing, and I wasn't coming for him. I was just bringing, because I could tell that he didn't know. And of course he responds, if I'd have said that should tell you that you don't know, that I didn't know. No, that tells me that you're speaking out of ignorance. You act like a baby right now. If I co-sign somebody and say, yo, that's my guy, whatever, and then you pull my coattail and say, yo, Drew, that nigga raped somebody and was tried and convicted 5 years ago. He just did 2 years in prison. But he was tried and convicted, DNA all over Shorty's face and everything. I'm not gonna be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna be like, I didn't know. I'm gonna be like, what? Show me the evidence, please, real quick, bro. And once you show me, I'm gonna be like, oh man, I didn't know that. Hold on, whoa, I didn't know that. That exonerates me. I didn't know that. My brother Kofa in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Growth Talk with Kofa. That's my brother right there. Brother Reef, salute to you on that video. I saw it the other day. Salute to you. Yeah, I know, Mr. Shelton. I was just enraged, bro. I just didn't do it. That ain't the first time I dropped the ball on something like that. Ain't gonna be a third. But I really wasn't thinking about it. I was just disappointed. And truth be told, I didn't take it personal. I didn't take it personal. I'm like, yo, I ain't coming for you. I'm making you aware of something. Because I know you didn't know. But now that I'm letting you know, You still talking crazy? I will fuck you. You know, I told him, I hope Rashad knocks your fucking head off. You fat fuck. You got in the fucking ring with goddamn Fedor Emelianenko with your stomach hanging over your drawers. I didn't know you can get that fat and out of shape. That was a payday. You knew you wasn't gonna beat that man looking like that. But I didn't want to get off on all of that because I supported this dude for years. Had no idea he was an asshole. And I left it alone. Now, he might have went in his DMs and cleared out his DMs and blocked me, obviously, because I can't find it. I'm going to look for it again. I'm just not going to do it now. I'm like, wow, bro. It's like that, J. Bean. Salute. And I brought it to this dumb nigga's attention. And I said, yo, Ryan's racist. What are you doing? This guy, let me share the screen. He called Devin a bitch and all that.
Honestly, I don't know, but I'm never going to call out Jake Paul again because I saw Butterbean call him out and they looked pathetic. So I'm never going to
call out Jake Paul again. So kowtow to that man, okay? That W man.
Call out Jake Paul, but I've called out Jake Paul and stuff like that. Everybody calling out Jake Paul, and fuck Jake Paul. I'm not calling out Jake Paul. He won't fight me for another 10 years until I'm too old to get in there.
You old now. Shut up.
Everybody know that's the money fight and stuff like that. But fuck Jake Paul. I don't give a fuck about him.
Yes, you do. Because if he came knocking at the door right now, you taking that payday.
Overall, your thoughts on his opponent selection these last few fights? What you're looking at also?
I don't know. So let's have this conversation on my mom. My mom turned 69 years old. My favorite.
Shut up.
It's all good, Rampage.
Hold on, what?
69 years old. My favorite number. I mean, same.
Did you hear that?
69 years old. My favorite number. My mom turned 69 years old. My mom turned 69 years old. My favorite number. I mean, my mom turned 69 years old. My favorite number. I mean, mom. My mom turned 69 years old. My favorite number. I mean, mom. My mom turned 69 years old. My favorite number. I mean,
bro, you talking about your mother? You stupid. What? Did you just make a 69 joke about your mama? What part of the South is he from? What is this? What these kids saying today? What the helly? What the helly on? What the helly Berry? What the Hal Jordan Green Lantern looking ass? Memphis? This is what they're doing, or is this just him? Main bike in that super chat, he said, I IG you a bit of him going all out for his Asian kid. Oh, okay. The Asian kids got college money. The black kids got bail money. Yeah, the South indeed. Did this nigga just make a 69 joke involving his mother? I'm telling you, there's something wrong with this dude.
Goddamn, same sentence. The same sentence. 69 in my mom.
Bro, what the? Oh my God, man. Oh God. You know what? God ain't got nothing to do with it.
We're seeing Dana White now entering boxing, and in the boxing league, getting in the boxing.
Fuck Dana. He's doing good.
Yeah. No. Not sure. Yeah. For you, we got Ryan Garcia fighting Rolly Romero. How do you see that fight in your opinion?
Man, I love Ryan Garcia. Never bet against that kid.
Yeah.
There you go. 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 And all I did, I can't speak for anybody else. All I did was I said, bro, you okay? Because I know he's taking a lot of shots. He's been knocked out several times. CB Sports, salute. MJ Total Health, Brooklyn Born, salute. I see y'all. So the first thing I said, you okay, brother? That's the first thing I said. First thing I said. I said, you said some things and, Ryan Garcia is a racist. And he told me, if I remember correctly, that he don't give a fuck. if Ryan racist. Delano, what up? He said, I don't give a fuck. Like he told this dude doing this interview. I don't give a fuck. Okay. And I said, well, he said this about George Floyd or whatever. I don't remember how to do. I'm gonna look for it again. But I promise you, I didn't come at him crazy. I just said, yo, you know, well, if I'd have said that, you should know that I didn't know he said that. All right, so I'm letting you know now. Then I'm all kinds of bitches and everything. You know, nigga, I ain't gonna be nobody bitch. I ain't gonna be, you know, nobody bitch. Fuck all that tough guy shit. I ain't gotta get into that with you. Nigga, you gotta live with what you said. And what do we say about the nigga wake-up call? All of you knuckle draggers get it. Every last one of you. Yo, man, race, I don't care about no race. You care about race. You got these YouTube channels. Oh, Ryan wasn't talking to me. Press 1 if they stole it. I promise you, all you niggas get your wake-up call. When it hits you in the chest, you go out of your way to make sure. You go out of your way to make sure that we don't know about it, but we always find out. Ladies and gentlemen, this was over a year ago. Now, he's talking about some dude named MMA Guru. Being racist towards his son. And then he says, well, I don't care about racism. Racism cares about you. There, a 18-year-old girl, not too far from where I live, got shot in the back of the head during a shootout. She could say, I don't care about gun violence, I don't care about bullets, but she ate one. And she's not here no more. Man, I don't care about no Bloods, I don't care about no Crips. You go ahead and walk through that neighborhood with the wrong color shirt. They care about you. You have to be aware, dummy. I'm not saying to care about it to the point where it prohibits you to moving anywhere you need to move in life. I'm not saying that. That's what the racists want you to believe. Or you're using it as an excuse. So we supposed to ignore it? So you supposed to walk around and do and say whatever the fuck you want. Did y'all see the General's live? I mean, his video this morning? Very interesting stuff what Paulie Malignaggi said. Very interesting. I ain't gonna ruin it. Go watch his video. I said, oh, look at this. Look at this now. He's backtracking on everything he says. He didn't even realize he do it. That's what racists do. They will contradict themselves in the same fucking sentence and not even, they realize that they just think you're too stupid. They just think you're too stupid to catch on to it. Everything he said about Tank Davis, about them promoting the ghetto fighter. Is that not what we said? But that's a form of systematic racism. I know the sensei has said it. Scrapbook has proven it. I've said it. BF has said it. The general said it. Now, and then Paulie said there's no systematic racism. When we said, hey man, why the fuck did Floyd Mayweather have to be the villain to generate millions of dollars? But Andre Ward could literally call himself SOG, be a family man, and he's not out in the street turning up with, you know, ducking cops and fighting with his baby mama. And he was active the same time Floyd was, and all they did, and they tore both those men down the same way. And when we said, what the fuck is that? Paulie will say, that's not real. That's not real. We said, man, that's a form of systematic racism. Paulie will say it's not real, it's not real, it's not real. He just said on the interview that that's what it is. But the person he was talking to, they didn't know enough to say, man, that's a form of systematic racism, man. Paulie, didn't you deny that didn't you denied it exists? All of that race talk is what got him fired up for Showtime. Did we forget this? So when I tell this dumb nigga, this fucking coon ape hybrid right here on the screen that raised a fucked off family. Because, by the way, the women he reproduced with, one is in the grave, God rest her soul. The other one he's just not with. That's a testament of what we're dealing with here. So realistically, we should be ignoring this nigga. But I'm just putting up what he said to remind you. It does exist, you stupid nigga. It absolutely exists. You saying you don't care about it doesn't make it go away. Man, I don't give a fuck. Look, I don't give a fuck about no racist cops. Well, guess what? When they get their hands on a black person, they care about you. They care about you. And by the way, let's not forget that this motherfucker has had his share of run-ins with the law. Look it up. I forgot to talk about that yesterday. He is a crash out. And he raised one. And you online on your channel for clicks and views, trolling and saying all kinds of stupid shit. Yeah, Stormy, you're talking about this right here. And salute to my brother Theo Coop. He just gifted 10 memberships. Salute to please go subscribe to my brother Theo Coop. I want him to get 200,000 subs. That's my brother right there. Salute to you. Yes, sir. Yeah, we talk, bro. This really happened. I made the little joke at the bottom, but this really happened. Unprovoked, Bud just got a knockout victory. It was a title fight. I believe he was, damn, was this after the Ndongo fight? Man, if this was after the Ndongo fight, that makes it that much worse because he became undisputed after he knocked out Ndongo. And unprovoked, and this was when Andre Ward was still active. Unprovoked, Teddy Atlas just forwarded his opinion that Lomachenko was #1 pound for pound. You have two undefeated black fighters standing right next to you. You had Andre Ward and you had Terrence Bud Crawford, who today may be the best boxer on this God green earth right now as we speak. But back then, I think he was at 140 when this happened. Said that straight to their face. Because, you know, they were in the conversation. Andre Ward undefeated. Terrence Bud Crawford's undefeated. Lomachenko lost the second pro fight. Didn't run it back. He said straight to Bud's face, I think Lomachenko's #1 pound for pound. And I'm watching this like, what the fuck did he even say that for? Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you that. Bud just won. Why are you saying? That's why I put that down there. They looking at him like, how much they paying you to say that shit, Teddy? Nobody asked you, bruh. But as much respect that we have for Teddy Atlas, as much as we respect his boxing mind, because he knows a lot, never forget that he's on code. Never forget that. Because I remember these arguments back then. I'm like, man, Ward's that dude. No, he's not. He's always injured. Okay, well, he won the Super 6, man. Remember the middleweight tournament, the Super 6? Remember that? Oh, that was 1,000,000 years ago. Well, you see that name that he's mentioning up there? Atlas, Lomachenko? If Ward winning the Super 6 was 1,000,000 years ago, Lomachenko's 1,000,000,000 amateur wins was 3,000,000 years ago. He stuck around over there in his 20s. He was beating up on 15-year-olds. Please shut up. Please stop it. Because when they market those goddamn Europeans over here from Who Gives a Fuckistan, the first thing they throw in our face is, oh, he's had 1,000,000 amateur wins. I don't care about that. Yeah, I agree, Steve L. Should have. This was unprovoked, bro. This, I took a picture of this off my TV and I made this meme. I was enraged. I was enraged. Yeah, man, Biker, they were calling him inactive. I said, man, unprovoked. Now, is Teddy a racist out of his mind? You know what? I'm not going to say he is. But there are certain things that those folks do instinctively. You heard what I just said? Instinctively. There's just certain things that they do instinctively. Rampage fan says, remember Loma and Bostic laughed at Adonis Stevenson? I heard about that. I didn't dwell on it because I just said typical. I just said typical. There's certain things that those folks do instinctively. What Paulie Malignaggi did was instinctive. He loves hip hop. He grew up in Brooklyn. He loves our culture but hates us. He loves our culture but hates us. Black gun on the salute. He loves our culture but hates us. He rocked the cornrows and the baggy Boss jeans and listened to rap music and loved black women. But he fell short in the genetics department. He had boxing talent, but he couldn't bust a grape. And he looked at all the black talent getting moved ahead of him, and he couldn't stand it. And eventually it came out. You put him in the booth, and he started saying what he wanted to say. Now, he just said, and if you don't believe me, go watch the General's video from this morning. He asked, why does black people have to be the villain when he was talking about Tank Davis? He shit all over Tank Davis' record. Don't even talk to me. Go listen to what he said. Felix, what up, brother? Trey, what up? Brooklyn born, salute. Go listen to it. He shit all over Tank's resume. I didn't do it. He did it now. Go to him. Go to him, please. And if y'all don't go to him, no, don't ever come back to me and question me before you go to him. Go attack him, call him out his name, and death threats. He came for Tank. Go ahead, bro. He said it. And then he asked, why does a black fighter have to be ghetto to get recognized? Well, Paulie, was Deontay ghetto? God damn, he was knocking out everything. He knocked out Fury right in front of your face, and you said he still won you said Fury still won the fight. In the first fight. I'm like, how, bro? What the fuck is okay. Okay. You said the age of the black athlete is over with. The European athlete is here. Those weren't your exact words, but that's what you said. The video's on YouTube. I said, what is wrong with him? Your mouth, your racist mouth got your ass fired. And then me and him got into it when he said Ahmaud Arbery got himself killed. When those Klansmen chased him down and shot him. He said that was Ahmaud Arbery's fault. Huh? That's how him and I got into it on the gram. I did a show about that. Just go check my channel. I screenshot that shit. How? Oh, well, he shouldn't have grabbed the gun. He had a shot he pointed at him in close range. They've been chasing him. Y'all remember that? That's where the yo player came from. Yo player. You need to see the new evidence. Video shows that he was on some unfinished property. He wasn't supposed to be there. The owners came out and said no. I think it was in Georgia. They said in Georgia, you could walk onto unfinished property because you may be a potential buyer. Paulie was pretty much saying he's not a potential buyer. You don't know that. He was going out for a jog. Oh, well, no one dresses like that when they go out for a jog. Paulie, we live in New York. There's a guy named Elegance Elliott Offen. He used to be on the Howard Stern show. When I was working in Manhattan, I used to see this freak jogging in penny loafers and in a dress in Manhattan. The scary shit was he was in shape. That was the scary shit. But I'm like, this nigga's running in penny loafers in a dress, bro. And he's dead serious. But if you ever saw him on the Howard Stern show, you can tell that there's something wrong with him. My point is, no one can tell you how to dress when you're working out outside. But those Klansmen, and it came out that those dudes were Klansmen, hunted that brother down and shot and killed him, and it was caught on video. What the fuck do you mean he got himself killed? And I told Paul, I said, you know what, Paulie? At one point, I really fucked with you. Clarence, what up? At one point, I really fucked with you. This is sad, bro. I was rooting for you when you fought Juan Diaz. I thought you got robbed. My dumb ass keeping it just, oh, it's New York. Paulie from Brooklyn. I know he from Bensonhurst, but it's New York. At the time, I didn't hear him say any racist shit, so you know New York stand up. I said, I'm fucking shocked with you, Paulie, but I'm really not. I'm really not. Thank you for showing your insecurities and your true fucking colors, man. Asshole. And then you got Teddy Atlas doing this. But this nigga turned right around and said, there's no such thing as systematic racism. Then you got Quentin Jackson talking about, I don't care about racism. It cares about your black stinking ass. And what did I say? This ain't a racial issue, right? It's not really a racist thing, right? But what do you think his son is going to have to be dealing with when he's on that stand? You don't think there's going to be somebody on that jury that somewhere on it in their heart saying, yo, this is what niggas do. This is what niggas do. There's always that chance. There's always that chance. It's a reality, dummy. And I know it's an uncomfortable truth, but it's reality. And you from Memphis, Tennessee, nigga, you know, you supposed to know racism better than any nigga that grew up in any of these cities. So you rock with Ryan Garcia and fuck Devin Haney. I bring that to your attention. I can't fix how you feel about Devin. I don't expect you, Andrew, what up? I don't expect you to understand the depths in what happened with Devin and Ryan and what the lawsuit was. But interesting, when dude right here interviewing you tried to explain it to you, you said, I don't give a fuck. That's ignorance right there. That's nigga nonsense right there. If I don't understand something, I say, man, I don't fuck with that. What's that about? That part when I say, what's that about? That's me asking, what's that about? And I don't care how long the explanation is. I have an attention span. I want to understand. I'm not wrong and strong. But none of this matters, right? None of this matters. You know why? Your son potentially could be going through the system. Let's see how much you love your son. Or are you going to be the father that says, I ain't telling him to do that shit? He made a choice. Now he got to pay for it. That's going to be you? Or do you really have that bail money like you said? Because your two Asian babies, you had college money for them. But your nigga babies, your bail money for them. What you gonna tell us? Oh, you was just playing? No, you wasn't. Y'all hear how he talks to his boy? Nigga this, nigga that. My dad don't talk to me like that. Nigga, you got jumped by a bunch of niggas wearing tights? And you wonder why this kid is fucked up. All he wants is approval from his daddy. Did you hug your kid growing up? Did you tell how many times you told your son you love him? I'm just curious. Have you shown him? This how you show him? You call him all kinds of faggots and shit? You don't do that. This how you talk to your boy, man?
Roger and his oldest son, whole life, I knew them two wasn't going to college. And my two Japanese kids, I knew that it was going to college. So I saved up college tuition for the two Japanese kids and bail money for Roger and his brother. So don't fuck with him. If you go to jail, I'm just going to bail him out.
I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'ma stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
A few moments later.
Hello?
Hey, where the hell are you at? I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding. I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the nigga up. But now they can't wake the nigga up. But now they can't wake the nigga up. But now they can't wake the nigga up.
The last kid in a black hoodie that fell victim of a racist attack and was murdered. They used the worst picture they could find to paint the picture that George Zimmerman was a victim and he was a motherfucker carrying the gun. And he got away with it, did he not? So please explain what chance that this little nigga who's caught on video with this assault and is premeditated with everything he was on his social media and everything else, told about what he was gonna do was premeditated. Quentin, you're a failed father. But you tell me if I'm wrong. Links in the chat. Y'all want to come up and chop it up? I meant to do that yesterday, but let's talk. Because this is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem. It's fucking ridiculous. Let me pin this. Go to my other spot. Peace, gods.
Peace, man.
Yes, sir.
Salute. Salute, brother.
Yes, sir, man. What y'all got, brothers?
I would say this. Yeah, I'll go first. I would say this, because I came up playing football, and I would put my hands on people when I shouldn't have, and they can have some dire consequences because you don't realize how strong you really are. I just think dude just had a emotional moment, you know, as my dad used to call it. As my dad used to call it, man, he had a bitch moment. But I don't think he a bad guy for it. But I've had that happen to me in my early 20s where I put my hands on somebody and I shouldn't have. So that's the only thing I would say. Rampage is an asshole. That's how Rampage is, though. He's always been an asshole.
Now, let me add to that, and salute to my brother Felix Nunez in that super chat. He says his son don't sound all the way there though, Drew. Yeah, he doesn't. And the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I agree with you, Felix, 100%. And that's what Quentin is raised, and he's failed in this. He's not owning it. What he's doing is talking about someone in the chat said that this dude, MMA Guru, is some white British guy. Okay, cool. I never heard of him. But don't hone in on him and his racism. If you don't care about it, don't acknowledge it. Acknowledge what you did. This kid's behavior is your failure as a father. He failed. Now to what the brother BVO said. Yeah, I get it. You know, sometimes, you know, on an athletic See, bro, you know, I've been there. You fuck up in a game, you know, y'all lose a game and you walking around with your fist balled up, and the game's over. The game is like 3 days over and you still on it, and somebody says something to you in the street and you snap it. But for the most part, I was in control of that. I knew what I was capable of especially when I was younger. And when you got a little older and bigger, it's like I might be 16, 17, but you know, the cops can't tell no more. Especially when you're black, they ain't trying to tell. They're trying to dead you. You feel me? And this is just a sad state of affairs that this dude doesn't acknowledge that this is his fault. Instead of talking about some fucking guru that don't matter who's in another country, what he needs to be doing is cleanup, quality control. Hey man, you know, my son lost himself. We play around a lot. You know, he needs some help. That's the campaign he needs to be on. He even know how to fucking PR his own goddamn household. And salute to Mysterion. Oh, salute to you, brother. I know you haven't been here in a while, brother. I don't know why YouTube is adding everyone on my channel. I don't know what that is. But he says, what up, Drew, in the chat? Hope everyone is well, man. We doing good, brother. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Salute to you, good brother. KBGJ, man, what you got, brother?
Yeah, man. Like you said, man, it's the sins of a father, bro. Like me, man, I grew up without my daddy, right? My daddy stayed in prison, stayed on the block, my guy. So when I got older, like in my teen years, like I was bad, bro. Like I got locked up 5 times as a juvenile. So it's really the sins of his father being put on him because he didn't teach him nothing. How he gonna be a man if he ain't taught how to be one?
Right.
His daddy ain't even a man. So I mean, he think like a kid. He think like a child. Like I raised my son not to break his principles, man, not to break his values. Even though my son in combat sports, he box. You feel me? So, like I teach him to try to like keep his emotions in check.
Right.
Like have discipline. Think before you act.
Right.
Like I wasn't taught that. I had to learn that. I learned that through trial and error. See, you don't want your son to learn through trial and error, man.
That's right.
That's the worst way he can learn.
Yo, you're not lying, man. And I learned early. Well, first of all, had both my parents in my life. So what kept me in line was I was just, before, you know, everyone had, I ain't gonna speak for everyone. I had an opportunity to do the wrong thing. But what snapped me out of it was not so much as getting caught by police or whatever, because when you're a kid, you're not thinking that far ahead. I was saying, man, if I get locked up and I can't imagine sitting inside of a precinct in a cell and my pops having to come pick me up. That's the worst ass whooping I would ever, you know, in their name. I'm imagining in my mind, I'm like, man, what would my aunts think? What would the neighbors think? Because I know that they didn't raise me like that, but these niggas ain't getting raised.
And not to interrupt, Drew. See, after a while, when you got your mama, yeah, you respect your mama and all that, but after a while, man, ain't nothing she can do with you.
That's true. That's what Boys in the Hood was about, was it not?
Yep.
When Trey got older, she had to call her furious and say, yo, you gotta come get your son, because I can't do this. Now, there's another side to that, but I don't want to take the show in that direction. Okay, he was good enough to play with and raise him, and now you can't handle him. Now you want this. Now you see you need a father. Now you see.
Drew, can I ask you one question, man? Because I gotta speak candidly. Like, my dad is from East New York, right? And I don't think a lot of dudes, like my dad is 57. A lot of dudes from my dad's era don't have a lot of life skills, and they be trying to. Yeah, he's 57.
Oh shit!
And my dad used to say it all the time. He's gotten better now, but you know, right now my dad hasn't been to New York since 1991 because he's banned from the tri-state area for some real foul stuff.
You ain't gotta get specific. You ain't gotta get.
No, I'm not gonna get specific. But I'm just saying the thing that's so crazy is I don't think a lot of those dudes from that generation knew what they were really doing. Like, I got to talk to my Uncle Glaze. All them guys who did a lot of that extra crazy, stupid stuff, like you see, like Rampage do. I don't think they be having the most life skills. I don't think they mean to be that way. I'll be totally honest. I could be making an excuse, or you probably call me a coon for saying that, but I don't think those niggas have the kind of life skills we have today.
No, you're not wrong. But let me see, this is what I'm saying. This is where the conversation gets deep now. What happened in the 60s with black women? They chose Uncle Sam over having a man in the house.
True.
And it was downhill from there. Black women have killed more niggas than cops did between the 60s and today. Abortions and everything else. I don't need no man. You know what I'm saying? If I get pregnant, I just go get my stomach pumped. You want evidence of that? So that these niggas can relate. Miss Jackson, Floyd Mayweather's baby mama was pregnant with his twins, and behind his back, she went and aborted them. That happened. And that's why he looked so awful in the Maidana fight, the first one, because he was mentally off. And I just told you a truth. I'm not lying about it. A black woman could get mad at me, but the facts, data, and statistics prove that, and it's disgusting. Motherfuckers wondering how black people are only 13% of the population in the United States. You know why? In the 60s, they accepted Uncle Sam. 2 decades later, they're saying they don't need no man. But you needed public assistance over your man. They have spent a lifetime separating the black household. Now it's no longer black love. You look online, it's always men on these panels versus women. And women want to do what they want to do, and they don't follow no leadership. But if you're doing it by yourself, why the fuck do you need a man's child support? Why the fuck do you need the support of the government?
Hey, Drew, you know what's crazy about that? I tell people all the time, black people don't have any voting power because we are like 12% of the population. And they wonder why like 80-something% of black people can vote for one person and it don't affect nothing.
That's right. That's right. What you just said, 100%. That's what you just said is 100% facts. But see, in order to understand how we got here, we got to understand where the fuck we came from. And it's a touchy topic. Especially when you try and talk. You see, I'm not going to engage in this conversation with a 25-year-old black girl. Because all she knows is these goddamn panels, and she's on girl code. But if you dissect what's really going on and do the research, she's 25 and her mother is 25 years older than her, which means she's about my age. She's born in the 70s. You have to have some sort of knowledge yourself. I understand exactly what's going on in my community, which is why it frustrates the hell out of me when I see a nigga like Quentin Rampage Jackson, who's around my age, behave in this fashion. You're supposed to know certain things. To me, it's second nature raising a kid. Nobody's perfect. But goddamn it, when your kid is crashing out at 23, 25 years old, there's something wrong with that, bro.
They treat us like kids, though, Drew. When you play
the old block, because Quentin got a criminal record himself. He sure does. Let me go to Abel. Let me go to Abel.
Go ahead.
Abel, go ahead, brother.
Hey, what's happening? How y'all doing this morning?
What's good, brother?
Y'all be cooking up some real stew here today. But let me give you my 2 cents in the situation. Yesterday in the show, I put up the chat a description about Quentin Rampage Jackson's life. Now, let me make sure that people understand. So Quentin Rampage Jackson grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. His father ended up in jail for a drug conviction. And then when he got out, he basically continued his drug addict problems. Quentin Rampage basically was selling drugs even back then. So therefore, he knows about the system. He knows about all the stuff that goes along with it. Remember, he grows up in the South. And a lot of that same behavior that he went through, he passed it on to his kids. Keep that in mind, because what Raja is doing right now is a product of where he came from and the system that basically put him in there. And you got to go all the way back to Rampage, because truthfully, I really believe that Rampage never got the acceptance of his father, and he's dishing it out to his kids by not giving them that kind of acceptance that the kids that desperately needed, though. And it showed in that interview when he talked about the fact that he don't care about his black kids; he only invests in his Japanese kids. That should tell you something. And it's not just that alone. It's just the fact that a lot of these black fathers today are not given an opportunity to show what they can do for their kids because the system and society itself is not allowing that to happen. So it's more of a systemic problem and societal problem than we realize. And the conversation needs to be opened up even further.
True story, brother. True story. Rick Almanac. Rick Almec. If you can, click the link and educate me, brother. Click the link, and if we've been lied to, click the link and educate me, brother. Please click the link and educate me, because if we're more than that, we don't act like it. We don't act like, because we have no power at all. We have no economic power, and that's by choice. We have no economic power. We have nothing, and there was nothing but space and opportunity to do so. But we painted ourselves into a corner that we can get out of. But I can't be working over here and doing the Lord's work while listening to drill music, if you get what I'm saying. The two don't match. So please educate me. If we're more than 13, what is our percentage? And then what are we doing with that percentage? Just educate me, brother. Let me know. I'm gonna go to Todd French, then Peter, then Jim. Todd, what's good, brother?
Hello, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, brother.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, I'm here to speak on a pro wrestling aspect of it all. I was trained back in 1997, and I also did pro wrestling while I was also in the Army. I just did it on my off time, and I just wanted to speak on that aspect of it all. And you will see all kinds of wild stuff in professional wrestling. What you saw right there, where they set that man up, that happens all the time on the indies. It's just that they set people up with other trained professional wrestlers, not with people who are not trained. So if you are not trained, and most commonly you see things like that happen, if somebody walks into a wrestling organization and say they're trained, and then you get in the ring with them and you notice that they are not trained, you normally are really stiff with them, but you end the match. It is nothing like what you just saw. That was ridiculous.
That was messed up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with you. That was messed up. And the video that I played yesterday with the four brothers, the wrestlers that was sitting there explaining the situation, I went ahead and watched the whole interview, and that was just sad, bro. That was just sad. It was irresponsible. I found out I learned that was Rikishi's that was his promotion, like that's like a farming outlet for the WWE, from what I heard. You know what I mean? And I think they said, I don't quote me on that. I think that I may have read that they severed ties over that situation, which is crazy. That's that's irresponsible, man. So irresponsible.
And here's where you. And so I'm gonna also give you the other side of the story, where other professional wrestlers are like, well, he kind of got what he deserved, because people like that rib people all of the time. And he looks like a person that ribs people. So like, for example, if I get to a wrestling organization, everybody kind of understands that you're a worker. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? The only time you really rib people is you rib people that you know. Bringing that guy in there and ribbing him like that, they were asking for trouble. And the promoter, there's no way the promoter should have let him in the ring, because he's not trained, and they knew it. Right? So that's where the issues come in at, right? And for what it sounds like, that guy, Psycho, has some issues with another person, but you don't send a non-wrestler to go get a professional wrestler, because you're under the understanding that everybody is trained and you're giving your body up for certain bumps. Okay, so like for example, like if you send somebody in there to go get somebody, you might give them a stiff power bomb, or maybe stiff them on a clothesline, or maybe even a chair shot to the back. But you don't beat the man halfway unconscious. That's not how it works. Because he's giving his body up. He's not. He's under the understanding that it is a work. And seeing, yes, so he might. That could get ugly, man. If he goes, if that goes to court, that could get ugly.
I don't see how he gets out of this. I mean, we haven't heard anything to date. I don't see how he gets out of this, man. This is bad. Now I see you, Rick, in the chat. Don't worry about it. I just want to listen. It's no beef. I'm just asking to be educated. If you know something I don't know, and if I'm wrong about something, I'm asking to be educated. Now I heard from what I've read, black people are 13% of this population. If it's wrong, bring it to my attention. Bring it to my attention, and we can talk about it. And we'll go with that. And I'm telling you, if we're more of 13% of the population, to me, that's even more embarrassing. Because what the fuck are we doing as a community? You get what I'm saying?
And Drew, can I comment on the 13%? Right. So here's how people equate the fact that there's more people than what we think we are. Because see, you got to take in account the total population of the United States of America, right? 13% equates to millions and millions and millions of people. So it's commonly overstated how many people of us are here in the United States, because we equate to millions and millions of people. And then you got to also understand that the media sensationalizes everything that you see about black people. So it looks like we're all over the place, right? but actually, no, we're only 13 to 14% of the population, and that's just facts. That's facts.
Well, I'm open to the conversation. If that number's wrong, if they can provide facts that that's wrong, I'm open to listen. I don't know everything. I'm going off of what I've read. Let me read this super chat real quick. Sensei Stormy P, man, if y'all not subscribed to him, y'all are on drugs. He says, continue to host these community forums to give a voice to young men who crave and deserve opportunity for elevation. I'm proud to hear this discussion. This is all I want to do, bro. Because to be very frank, everything that we're talking about here is a direct reflection of sports. Sports reflects life. And how this kid behaved, I don't know what he's going to do after this, but it damn sure ain't going to be in MMA. It damn sure ain't going to be in pro wrestling. I don't know what he does. I don't know what skills he has, but we know it's not college because his father reserved bail money rather than college tuition. You see what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Let me go to Peter the Great, and then we're going to go to our brother Jim. Matter of fact, you know what, Peter? Let me stand by for a second. Let me go to Jim. I know the brother Jim's at work. Salute, Jim. How you feel, brother?
I'm all right. How you doing, man?
Great, brother. Great, brother. Great to hear from you, man. What you got?
Yo, man, it's funny because Rampage looks like my father, man. Just like him. In fact, my dad, when he grew up, he didn't have a mom or a dad. They both was alive. They just disowned him, you know what I mean? They didn't raise him. So he grew up with hatred in his heart. It took a long time for him to learn how to manage that and get over it. And a lot of it was taken out on us. My mom, my brothers, and myself. Mostly me because I'm the oldest. But what happens is as I get older and I start to realize the trauma that he went through and everything, I understand where he was coming from now. At first, it would affect me, and I grew up angry. In fact, I fucked myself out of a lot of, excuse my language, I messed myself out of a lot of blessings that my talents could have brought upon myself. I was always super athletic, boxing, basketball, football, I did it all. Was always better than everybody I played against, went up against, but my temper kind of, shot me down. But it was like a generational family curse for what I was able to gather out of it. You know what I mean? Being that my mom and my dad was there, we was able to work through a lot of this stuff together. My dad ended up getting locked up when I was 17. He had to do 16 years because of my temper. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm breaking the family curse. My parents they weren't able to afford to get a house. You know, we grew up in low income apartments. I got a 5-bedroom house. You know what I'm saying? My job, I make over 100K a year. You know, I'm doing better. But it took a lot of soul searching for me. It wasn't like this at first. When my dad got locked up, I had to be the man of the house or whatever. I was doing dumb stuff that I saw my dad doing because he didn't know no better. And my mom would always pray for me, and I believe that's what saved me from ever getting a record, from ever doing something too serious I couldn't come back from. As far as Rampage and his son, I look at that man and it almost brought tears to my eyes because I seen where it could have been for me and my brothers. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Rampage looks just like my dad. And my dad was a boxer getting ready to turn pro. He had got a severe injury to his back that prevented that happening, which could have also changed our lives. You know what I mean? I just want to share that because, man, I mean, Rampage is an asshole. He probably don't. It's about a coolery on a whole other level. And like I said, I used to be a fan of Rampage because he looked like my dad and because he fight like my dad too. You know what I mean? Like my dad was a boxer, but yeah, man. That's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to share that. And by the way, I'm thankful you let me on your platform, man. I've been a fan since you was over there at that one guy that we don't care for no more. You know what I mean? I've been watching you since then. So I appreciate you, and I'm thankful for the
I appreciate you sharing, brother. And salute to you, man. And I'm glad you said something that I really like, man. You said you breaking the generational curse, and I'm glad that you was able to catch that and take that bull by the horns and turn it around, because now you're setting an example. You know what I'm saying? And that's what men do. You know what I'm saying? That's what men do. You know what I mean? I get on here and I say all the time, I don't know everything. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? The character flaw that I see with Quentin is that you could tell him, hey, bro, you bring this to your attention, you're wrong on this. And rather saying, hey, man, let me hear this brother out, he takes offense when he don't know something. And that's a major character flaw with a lot of us broken black men. We're scared to admit when we don't know. But not knowing something is how you learn. You know what I'm saying? You can't learn something while you're talking in an argument. You can't learn when you're arguing all the time. That's why I do more listening. You know what I mean? So, I appreciate you, Jim, man. Much love, man. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me come on, man.
Anytime, good brother. Yes, sir. My brother Peter.
Yeah, what's good, OG?
What's good, brother? What you got?
Man, nothing much, man. I mean, this is just a perfect example of, I think, toxic masculinity, man. Rampage is a guy who calls his son a bitch, constantly, and it just, I think he just got boiled over, man. I think it was just like a lot of verbal abuse, like from a young age, from Rampage's son and stuff like that. That that's why he's so mad. That's why he's so angry. Because it's a lot of buildup, man.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of abuse in the household. You feel me? Because like it's the thing about raising a kid is like, not only raising my kid, but like it's more about like how you raise them, how you mold them. If you're constantly calling your son a bitch and calling him gay and stuff like that, it's like that's gonna have a huge effect on him in his adult life. You feel me? It shapes him and molds him. You feel me? And
yeah. Let me say, the sensei says Rampage. Rampage doesn't even have the intelligence to understand the ignorance he displayed in the segregated mindset of his children. Talk about slave mentality. Now, interesting. Something I want to point out here. First of all, I like what the sensei said. All right, slave mentality. In order to break that, you have to understand that you're living in it. Also want to point out that there's only 92 people in here and there was 133. That means over 40 to 50 people broke out when we started talking like this. What does that tell you? See what I mean? Did you really think I was going to get up here and start screaming and hollering and this boy should go to jail or whatever? Yo, look, man, what he did, he did. I'm saying he might go to jail and he might get hit with some hard time. What I want my people, these people, what I want my people to understand is you are what you put out. And what Roger Jackson is going through is a direct reflection of what his father produced. And I can say I've dealt with it firsthand because I've actually had a conversation with his dad over the DMs and how he reacted towards me. I said, wow, that's fucked up. And what I'm saying is it doesn't surprise me. Now, the only thing that, you know, I'm watching him when whoever's recording him and following him around with the damn camera, that's actually the kiss of death because he was saying shit on here. I'm like, yo, this playing in the courtroom, he's done. They might have said, man, we're going to hit him with 1 to 3. And by the time they get done listening to all of this shit and watching all of this shit, they might hit him with a 2 to 5. He's done. And I wasn't like celebrating because what he's going through has nothing to do with how I feel towards his father. I don't hate his father. I'm just saying he fucking failed. And you're running around over 50 years old trolling online like you a young cat. Nah, it's over, bro. Look at how you raised your goddamn son. Look at what you've done, man. I can't believe this nigga really said, for the Asian kids, I got college money. For my black kids, I got bail money. You are from the South, you stupid ass. Why would you say that, man? How do you really feel about your black? If you could say that about your children, I can only imagine what you say about your other black people. And then you on here worried about some British dude saying something racist. How dare you? You don't reserve the right to say any of that shit. Because I don't believe you, bruh. I don't believe you. Dude, you fucked up failing your raising your black kids. I'm assuming your Asian kids got their Japanese mom. And she's probably saying, you see, that's why I ain't with them, because I ain't want my kids around that shit. That's why. Now, another thing that Peter said, he said toxic masculinity. Now, ladies, this is what you apply that term to. Because it was toxic. But it wasn't masculine. It was toxic, but it wasn't masculine. Let me help you out.
I'm glad you said that, Drew, because that was feminine.
That was feminine. Thank you. Because he's acting like what? A bitch. Just because your dick work and you can impregnate a woman, that'll make you a man. Because there's a lot of chicks with dicks running around here. And I don't mean the dykes that buy for $5.99 at the sex shop. It's not what I'm talking about. Because he's acting like a bitch. In fact, he called me a bitch on the DM. Oh, well, only bitches are DM me about this. Are you a bitch? I said, no. But,
Drew, what they get confused is like masculinity is controlled discipline. It's not like just outrage and power, and that's not masculinity, bruh.
Right. But my point was, as it pertains to if you want to use that term, you can try and use it over here. But when you dissect it, there's nothing masculine as to how Raja had that meltdown, because no one masculine is not in control. If you're masculine, you're in control of your emotions. Did Raja display that? No. If you're masculine, when someone's trying to bring awareness to you justifying a racist, you're not calling them a bitch. You're listening to your brothers. Because I didn't approach him on some, yo, you motherfucker, no. I said, hey, man. The first thing I said to him is, brother, are you okay? That's the first thing I said to him. Salute, General, he in the chat. He says, Rampage also said he gonna save college money. Oh, yeah, let me play that. Yep, the jig germ. Todd Prince in that super chat, he says, thank you for letting me cook today. Salute, Drew. Salute to you, good brother. Hey, General. Pete, you talking about this right here?
Rogers and his oldest son, whole life, I knew them two wasn't going to college. And my two Japanese kids, I knew that it was going to college. So I saved up college tuition for the two Japanese kids and bail money for Roger and his brother. So don't fuck with him. If you go to jail, I'm just going to bail him out.
You know what? The wrestler that he injured, his lawyer, this is gonna be the easiest bag he ever made. He gonna talk about everything from what this kid did, how it was premeditated, to how his father raised him. Stevie Young, salute, brother.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, this is. There's no way you lose this kid.
Hey, Drew. I mean, that's the nigga mindset right there, man. You haven't been one for your black kids, but not your Japanese kids. I'm sorry, your Japanese nigga kids. I'm sorry.
Japanese nigga. That's what he said. He's making 69 jokes about his mama, and he referred to his mixed kids as Japanese. Japanese? This dude, it makes. I know exactly why Rogers fucked up. I know exactly why. Blame your dad, but young man, you gotta get in control of your emotions, and there's nothing masculine about that. That was feminine. He act like a bitch, and Quentin act like a bitch. Go look at the Ultimate Fighter. Go look at the Ultimate Fighter. It was him versus Rashad Evans' team. His team kept losing because he was a shitty coach. He was a shitty coach, and he lost. And you see that famous video where he's tearing up that door? That's because you failed as a coach, bro. They should have been tearing up the door to get away from you.
Hey, also, Drew, like I'm trying to think, because he was saying that I'm sick of people calling me a bitch and shit and playing with me and shit. You know, I'm talking about his dad. He's not talking about everybody else. He's talking about his father. Because his father calls him a bitch. You know.
Yeah. Man, if I could have been in that chat, I probably would have been the only well, you know what? I didn't see the chat. But if there was anybody that understood what was about to happen, because I'd have been able to see it if I saw it live. I'd have been like, brother, don't. Brother, don't. Don't do it. Brother, don't. And you know what? Someone probably would have blocked me. Because they want you. Like I tell niggas on YouTube all the time, when people come up here and agitate a situation, they love beef. How many times you heard me say I'm not into the Jerry Springer shit? The reason why I don't do debates because I've seen how these debates end. Some of them are very good, but you know when you're dealing with an immature person. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that because I don't trust this era of man, especially when you talking to a nigga. You know, I don't give a fuck. Take it how you want it. I don't debate Tank fans because 98% there's something wrong with them. You can hear it when they talk. Y'all listen to Champ Side. You can hear it when they talk. You can hear that there's something wrong with them. All right. And somehow, some way, it always turns into some street shit. What is their story? I identify with Tank. You identify with this fatherless prick? Okay. Why do I want to talk to you? What is there to discuss? You and me, we're not the same. I get cheered. You get booed. All right? I fuck bitches. You get screwed. I feed niggas. You just niggas food. We ain't the same. Bars, I'm from the Bronx. It's easy. Mr. Young, you up, brother?
Yes, sir. Morning salute to everybody.
Salute, brother.
So I'm gonna say the first thing I'm gonna say is something. No, I can't say it better than it was said before me. So, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, may she rest in power. She said, if your man is not willing to fight for his race, your children will be destroyed by the system. She used the word destroyed. Okay? And Rampage Jackson, I don't follow him on social media, but because of what I watch, they show me his like shorts and stuff, right? And like the brother mentioned before, he ridicules his son all the time, calling him a faggot. Yes. He's a bitch, all this kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
And then I never even seen that clip where he's talking about his Japanese children and how he's saving money for their college and bail money for their kids. You know, people talk about all this manifestation stuff. He manifested his son into that jail cell.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And so Dr. Frances Cress Welsing from her grave is proving a prophet by all these young men that we have seen before, like Keyshawn Davis coming on basically about to cry, talking about his daddy not in his life, right? Tank Davis spinning out this dude on parole, beating up girls, well, allegedly, right? And, you know, his mama doing whatever she was doing on the side, but where was his dad? Where were the dads in this formula? And when people try to talk about Bill Haney and all this kind of stuff, notice the one kid who is not mixed up in any nonsense is Devin Haney. Because what? His dad also has shown he's ready to fight for his race. He's the only one who's willing to talk about these issues that we talk about. He's the only one who visibly rocks with the LDBC, who is not shy to talk about racism in boxing and the world in general. So again, she said it better than I could. If you're not willing to fight for your race, your children are going to be destroyed by the system, and we see that every day. And somebody was mentioning like percentages and numbers before. I get that. That's cool. That's great. But at the end of the day, we got to do at home first. And I see it in my line of work. The kids who are not getting the education at home, the guidance at home, they're lost. They are lost, and they're going to get destroyed by the system. And guess whose children going to get destroyed first? Ours. So me as a father, I'm ashamed and I'm embarrassed to watch this dude Rampage, right? Because they talk all this garbage about black men and how we not present and we this, we that, we making babies, but we not taking care of them. And people like him, people like Dr. Umar, who I did respect, and he lost me with this baby mama drama stuff.
I know, bro. I tried with Dr. Umar. I really did. I tried. Yep.
But he coming in like an agent to me because he knows the right thing to do. But now his message is, oh, they were this and they were that. Bro, I would forgive you for one, but dude, you did it twice. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So me as a black father, again, I'm just like, yo, I'm here doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm educating my daughter on the side. I'm not waiting for school to teach her, right? I'm teaching her stuff at home, right? Teaching her about her legacy, to be proud of who she is. To when she sees black, she sees love, not hate or the nonsense that you see on social media. But guys like Rampage, who got these big platforms and people watching them, he could come out and say he loved Ryan Garcia. It's disgusting. And I'm gonna end it here. I'm happy for the LDBC. I'm happy for platforms like yourself, the General, and Blue, and yo, I love it because all we hear all the time is black is this and black is that, but nobody's talking about the real. And that's what y'all do, and I respect it and appreciate it, and that's why I'm always gonna support. By the way, my name, I'm Brooklyn born in the chat, by the way.
Oh, you're Brooklyn born.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I had to change my name
brother.
because of my job, so I didn't want people tracking me online. So
no doubt. I appreciate you,
yeah.
brother. Thank you so much, man.
All right, man.
Good finally talking to you, man. Salute you, man. Thank you so much, man.
All right.
My brother, Freedom's March in the building.
Salute.
Salute, good brother.
Salute. Good morning, man.
Morning.
Man, this is wild, right? You know how they say hard men create good times, and good times create soft men.
Yep.
I don't think we have a real understanding of what that means. When you see somebody like Rampage Jackson, people might think he's a hard man because he's a fighter, he's this, he's that, he's a tough guy, right? But really, he's a soft man. And what he has done is raise a soft man. You understand what I'm talking about?
Gotcha.
And
Boss,
this is applauded in society today, right? Because no one has held Rampage himself accountable for his nonsense. He's constantly being rewarded. You know what I'm saying? So no one has ever checked this man outside of the octagon, right? You know, he's got his butt beat in the ring, but at the end of the day, what he has molded in his children was out of division. Like what I hear when he said that his Jappa nigga kids, he raised college money for and jail money or bail money for his other kids, I see that he he raises children in a house of division.
Yeah.
And that's what you see when you see Raja act out like that. It didn't just start recently. It started back when he was younger, when he sees that his younger brothers and sisters are getting treated completely different because of who their mother was. Right? So Raja is acting out because his father never taught him how to be a man. His father taught him how to be a piece of shit, angry, toxic, feminine motherfucker, just like y'all said. Sorry for cussing in your
That's
chat.
all right.
I don't want
All right. You going now? That's all right.
The bottom line is, man, like when we talk about hard men, this is not what we're talking about, man. What we're talking about is someone who can accept responsibility and accountability for their actions. They lead by example, and they understand what you put out in the universe comes back. And what Rampage did, he put that negativity out in the universe against his own son, time and time again, and that's why you saw those 23 blows landed on that one guy.
23, bro.
Because
that was crazy.
23. And when you ask Rampage, oh, what about what does he think about it when he finally speaks out about it? You know, it's like now he wants to be subdued. Now he wants to show a level of humility. That's what you were supposed to do.
Now he want to talk about a racist white man in the UK.
Yes.
Like who the
Is
fuck
that what he
cares
said?
now?
Man, if he don't knock it off. See, and that's what it makes us look crazy. See, that's why people don't take us seriously. That's not the only reason. That's one of the reasons they don't take us seriously when we point out actual systematic racism. They look at people like that and they say, well, this guy's just pulling shit out his ass to escape from accountability.
Let me play this. Let me play this real quick. Let me play this real quick.
It don't hurt that I don't know who the other guy is. So.
Why?
Man, he act like a fucking bitch. Fuck him.
Because he's suing?
I can't stand people act like that.
Yeah.
Fuck Devin Haney.
The rematch, I guess you were taking Ryan to beat him in a rematch.
Yeah, Ryan beat his ass again. And Devin Haney learned not to be a fucking bitch. You know, we all lose. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be undefeated. Like, you know, you win or lose. You know what I'm saying? You take the shit like a man. Don't be going suing motherfuckers and saying all that bullshit, man. Fuck, take your fucking loss like a fucking man, like everybody else. Quit being a bitch.
I guess like his point for the suing was,
I don't give a fuck.
I guess like his point for the suing was,
I don't give a fuck.
I guess like his point for the suing was,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I guess like his point for the suing was,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Now, when he was telling those people who were listening to him, when he starts talking about some dude named MMA Guru or mixed martial arts guru, some British white guy, and he starts talking, hey man, that's racist. And if somebody said, I don't give a fuck, right there to his face, he'd be ready to fight. Right there, straight to his face.
Oh, straight up and down.
Yeah. Hey man,
Straight
you know
up
this
and
guy, you know what he said about my son is racist. I don't give a fuck. And let that have been a white man. Right to his face, right there at that moment. I don't give a fuck. Oh, racist white guy in the UK talking about, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He'd be ready to fight.
Absolutely.
Just like his son. He'd be ready to fight. So in your words, Quentin, I don't give a fuck. You got to deal with this. Don't start talking about no racism. Don't start running up on, don't call Al Sharpton. Man, who the fuck you gonna call? We ain't got no leaders. Who you gonna call, Dr. Umar? Who you gonna call? Tariq Nasheed? Where our leaders at? Who's gonna help you with this? If anything, every time, this shit is so viral, everywhere I've seen it on Instagram, you know that thing that they always say about black people when they catch us doing something ignorant, which is in abundance? We're only 13% of the population, allegedly.
And that's BS.
But we're portrayed as being the most ignorant motherfuckers online, and they don't need no help doing it because we do it to ourselves. We fighting on cruise ships, airplanes, airports, and now we beating people up for real in the wrestling ring, right? Now, what do you think is being said in those comment sections? You know that thing they always say, usual suspects? You've seen it. Now, what do you think I've seen when you see Raja Jackson dumping this army veteran This military veteran, I don't know what branch, military veteran, dumped him on his head. And what do you think people are saying now? Oh, usual suspects. You know what? I can't. How do you defend it? Please tell me. How do you defend it?
You can't
How
defend
can
it.
you defend it?
Man, I mean,
What
it
we
makes
have
us
to
look
do
bad
is
though.
we
It
gotta
makes us look bad.
separate. We gotta separate ourselves from cats like this because they do the same thing to us.
No, it's just, hey,
He's so
They do the
popular.
same thing to us.
He's so popular. He's in the limelight, and they
Yeah.
won't see. They won't listen to channels like mine that speaks out against this dumb shit. And I already said I tried to talk to this brother. I tried. He came at me like, you know, like I was a bitch.
Yeah.
I said, well, nigga, you go ahead. Now, good luck with Rashad Evans. I hope he knocks your fucking block off. That ain't new to you. You've been knocked out several times.
Facts.
But now I'm like, yo, bro, I supported this nigga. Are you kidding me? And you from the deep south, and this is how you behave? Well, I'm not shocked. Usual suspects indeed. I'm not shocked. Look at your fucking son, nigga. You did this. You're a failure. Where's my fucking song? I'm gonna play this song just for him. Where is it at? Hold on.
That reminds me of a song. It's called I'm a Failure. I can't do anything right. Everything I touch turns to wood. Except the things I need turn to wood. I use pills for that, but that makes my eyes bleed. So my life is a failure. 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 I'm a failure. This journey is a failure. That song is a failure. His life is a failure.
Bastard sinner. Fucking idiot. And I'm telling you, man, if they hit him with serious time, bro, holy shit. If they hit him with the attempted murder shit, holy shit. Premeditated, bro, whatever they throw at him, he better take bro, just take it, bro. Just take it. I don't know how he doesn't do time for this. I don't know how he doesn't. If he doesn't, it'll be a miracle. But what does he do after this? Outside of anger management and going on an apology tour. Nigga, do they still do the 700 Club? You better go to church.
Man, he need therapy. Bad, man.
God damn it. This nigga get on my nerves, man. And this is the guy. That's a real nigga, y'all? That's a real nigga. I mean, really think about this. We just watched, what's her name? The track star bitch. You just watched her literally throw hands, beat up on her man, and then she got arrested. You know how many bitches was running around on TikTok bigging her up over that? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? This is, you know what? Do y'all understand the monkey videos?
Monkey!
Y'all understand it now? Y'all get it? I hate that I have to do it. This bitch got arrested. There was chicks talking about, oh, you could tell she a fighter. And I'm like, man, I just watched the video on the gram yesterday. This dude was throwing hands with somebody, and he had to run back to his car because the bitch was trying to go into his car. He gets in the car, makes a U-turn, and tries to run her over. And they smacked into a gate, and I thought he killed her. But she got up somehow. I mean, the nigga-isms and the eyelashes, just the dark side was strong in that bitch. But I'm watching this, and I'm like, yo, every day I look online, it's some black person acting the fool. And that goes to my point. if we are, and this is to the brother that was in the chat earlier, if we are really more, if that's a lie, and we really are more than 13% of the population, that's even more embarrassing because that's double or triple the amount of us, and we're still not doing anything. We're not in a political position of power. We're not in a financial position of power. What are we doing? You know what we're doing? We're twerking, and we're getting our eyes and eyelashes done. We're getting BBLs, and we're doing drill music because we ain't doing any fucking thing productive. So I hope we are 13%, because now we can use that as an excuse. Oh, wait a minute. We're not into excuses, are we? Why are we behaving like this? What is our problem? Well, part of the problem is there's a lot of niggas running around like Quentin Rampage Jackson. And I will say it's not the majority, because the facts, data, and statistics prove that black fathers are the most involved fathers in our kids' lives. But I did say it's niggas like Rampage that have failed. And although they're not in abundance, they exist. Well, I'm going to bring this to a close because the general's about to go live, brother. Man, salute to y'all. Freedom's March, let them know how they can find you, good brother. You're on mute.
Yo, you talking to me?
Yeah. Let them know how they can find you.
Oh, my bad. I was on a phone call. Anyway, yeah, man, it's just at the end of the day, man, we need to highlight examples of real manhood and real fatherhood within the community. I know we are suppressed and shadow banned and all that good stuff. We just got to scream louder than everybody else. That's all. We just got to be louder, prouder, you know what I'm saying, than everybody else. You know what's funny? When they did the Million Man March that they did, the recent one,
I remember,
was so successful, right? That you would think that people would be talking about that up until this day, using that as an example of how we can organize and make things happen. You know what I'm saying? So but no one's doing that. All we have to do is highlight situations like that. Now, there are some things around that march that are questionable, but we still organized and came together and made things happen as a people.
Story.
So we have the capability. The people with the right voices need to get out there with the bigger voices. They need to speak out loud, and they need to use their platforms to push organization and push community and all that stuff and lead by example. So I think that's the key here. But I'm gonna let my plane there.
That's all good, man. Let them know how they can find you, good brother. I'm bringing this to the close.
Oh, for sure, man. I got a YouTube channel, Freedom's March, same name. You know what I mean? That's about it. I ain't on Twitter or Instagram or nothing like that. So this is where I do my thing, man. But I appreciate everybody on the panel in the chat, and especially cats like Drew Titan and the rest of the LDBC that continue to exemplify unity within the community. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are much appreciated. Salute to you guys.
Appreciate you, man. Jim Downer, man, salute to you, good brother. Much love and appreciation, man. Thank you for sliding through, man. Appreciate that, man. No doubt, man. I think I'm going to do more bills like this because I think it's productive to the community. And there's only a handful of boxes that I support nowadays anyway, because man, me and Stormy talked for a long time, man. We're really losing our way. And I'm just getting mentally fatigued from this, because between the Rampage Jackson thought process, I don't like the community being divided, man. So, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just going to do me. KBGJ, salute, brother, man. Thank you for sliding through. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? I love the sport of boxing, but the sport of boxing don't love us back. And then, I'm getting I'm getting a lot tired of supporting these fighters, and then they turn around and behave like this. Rampage included, because I've supported this guy for over a decade, and for him to
behave this way is just, it's a letdown, man. So, you know, salute to everybody. Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, Super Chat. I might do pep talk tonight. You know what I mean? I've been lacking on that. And watch out for the Patreon. Go subscribe to the Patreon because I'm raw and uncut over there. I'm going to upload some fire this week. And I'll pray for Raja, but, you know, Quentin's hopeless. And on that note, fuck you very much, Rampage. I'm out this bitch. General's on. Let's head over there. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.